What is up, everybody? I got the Tornado V3 Pioneer Edition, and this is going to be my review on it. I already unboxed this cube. The unboxing experience was very pleasant, but I have already made a video with that unboxing, and you should go check it out if you have not already. But anyway, getting into the specs of this cube, this is 56 millimeters. I believe it is 78 grams. So it's a pretty light cube, even compared to the GAN 13. It's not that much heavier, and I don't really notice it while I solve either. So here, it has a lot of adjustment systems. The first that I'm going to be taking a look at is the magnets. The minus is the weakest, plus is the strongest. Out of the box, it comes at the second weakest, which I think is a pretty good strength, and I kept it there. I tried the strongest, but it was way too strong, and the weakest was similar to the second weakest, but, you know, I just switched it back to the second weakest because it just adds a little bit more stability to the cube. But other than adjustable magnets, this cube features a dual adjustment system. The inside is the center axis distance, which is essentially screw depth, and there is a screw there, but you do not want to turn that because all sides have been set to equal out of the factory. And then at the outer ring is the spring compression, which I have set at 2, and I believe out of the box they were all set at 3, which are the middle setting. But as you can see, the inner setting is very tight, which means that the corner cutting is not going to be that great. So yeah, as you can see, 45 is pretty difficult. If you have looser tensions, this is going to be way better. And reverse corner cutting is very good, actually. It can go there, I guess, which is about to the edge of the center cap, which is very impressive. Comparing it to the GAN 13. The GAN 13's corner cutting is just insane, though. Like, it can go there, which oh, never mind, it can't go there. But, yeah, like that. I've, like, never seen this before in any cube. Except for the Tengen, maybe. But, yeah. Insane corner cutting on the GAN 13. The reverse is way better than the Tornado V2. And I don't actually own that, but I've tried it out at a competition that I went to. And it was good, but the corner cutting was not great. But this is a pretty quiet cube, which is similar to the V2, and I love the feeling of this because it's a very soft, light, and fast cube. So, it's very effortless to turn, is what I'm trying to say. And that's why you can feel the magnets so much, because since the layers are so light, you can really feel that distinct bump, I guess, on a lot of turns. But this feeling is very interesting because it's very buttery, but the lockups on regular corner cutting kind of not ruin the feeling, but they disrupt the softness, I guess, and that's why having it on looser tension may help. But I really like my cubes to be very stable, so that's why I have it on this really tight setting. But this is a very fast cube. I've done a U4 on it right now. Well, that was a U3, but you get the point. It's effortless to turn, as I've been saying over and over and over again. And this is competing with the GAN 13 maglev as my main. Right now I'm leaning towards this guy because I've gotten 2 PB averages of 5 today with it, a 9.86 and a 9.6. So yeah, so far this guy is beating it, especially because it's more stable than the GAN 13. Surprisingly, because the GAN 13 has a lot more magnets than this one. Speaking of magnets, I want to look at the inside because this guy has a corner-to-core magnet system, but I want to loosen it a little bit because I can't take a piece out. Okay, that should be better. There we go. Okay, so as you can see here, there's no way to switch out these magnets, I think, but that is the corner magnet, and then you also can't increase the strength, I guess, because there's nothing on the corner. But right there is where it touches. So I want to take a look at this one here on this corner, if you can see that. They're not that close, I guess, but occasionally when you turn, you can kind of feel it start to turn itself, I guess, kind of like how the GAN cubes do. I think it's called like auto alignment up to a certain degree. But yeah, like as you can see here, my finger stops there and then just turns for me, which I think is nice. You know, it feels very unique when you solve. and that kind of gives it that extra speed. Like when you do double flicks, the second finger's kind of lag. Like I can just do a U2 with a single finger, like it's a regular flick, you know. So the second finger's kind of not fast enough to catch up and hit the layer, which is a bit of a weird feeling at first, but you get used to it. And when you get used to it, the cube feels a lot better. But talking about performance during solves, which I think is the most important, last layer algorithms are a bit tough because when you're turning like really fast, it's easy to get lockups. And if you're using a tighter tension like me, it's going to be tough to execute these consistently, especially if you have inaccurate turning. But the M layer algorithms are pretty good because the reverse corner cutting is good, as I said before. It can go up there, which is very nice, and it's pretty effortless and smooth. Oh, right there, just auto-aligned itself. I don't know if I can recreate that. But yeah, M layer algorithms are pretty nice. Yeah, there's like an occasional mistake, but especially since the cube is so fast, the M slices are super easy to do, judging that the magnets are a moderate strength, I guess even on the weakest. It's a lot easier than you would think. And then, of course, I should talk about F2L because that is a lot of the solve, I guess, and if you have bad F2L during a solve, your solve would be bad. But F2L is pretty nice. Let me just do a quick scramble and show you what I mean. So say you're solved cross and you see this F2L pair. So even with the F2L pair, I guess if you turn like really fast, you won't be that accurate. But if you have a slower turning style, I think that this cube is the perfect fit for you because it is a very controllable cube whenever you turn at a little bit of a slower pace, and that allows you to have better look ahead too. So it's kind of like a win-win situation there if you're a slower turner. Even if you turn fast, like here I'm going to do one where I'm turning my fastest, it's still a great cube, but there are a bit more lockups than would be nice. I mean, then would be what's the word I'm looking for? It's hard to talk whenever I solve. That would be ideal. And then just take a peek at that one case I did there. I don't know how to recreate it, but apparently an algorithm people have been using for that is like a 2-look OLL algorithm. This is taking way too long, so I'm just gonna not do that. But you get what I mean. You know, the last layer algorithms are a bit tougher, I guess, if you turn inaccurately and you kind of force the speed. But this is the case I was talking about, actually. So instead of doing like the OLL algorithm, some people have been doing F, R, U, R prime, U prime, and then this OLL, and then this OLL, because then you can predict the PLL pretty easily. Just a side note there while I'm doing this review. But yeah, hopefully all of this kind of helped you out. If you have any more questions, you know, I think I covered everything: the corner cutting, the feeling, performance during solves, what type of turning styles would be better for this cube. And I'm not saying that fast turners are bad for this cube. It's still a great cube. I've done a lot of fast turning solves, and they've all been great. So I really think that this cube is suitable for everybody. So you should definitely check out this cube. You can pick it up at like speedcubeshop.com for about $40, I think, for the Pioneer Edition, and cheaper for the other two versions. But yeah, this is all for this video. If you liked it, drop a like on the video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I just hit 1,000, and hopefully my channel keeps growing at a rapid pace, because I'm going to be coming out with a lot more cube reviews and unboxings, because recently I've just been doing a lot of shorts, but I think I'm going to get back into creating videos like this one. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye, everyone.